Your flight lands at noon. Embarkation closes at 3:30. That gives you 3.5 hours to collect bags, get to the terminal, clear security, and walk the gangway. Now subtract the 20 minutes you just lost because a TSA agent is holding up a garment steamer you packed in your carry-on, waving a supervisor over, pulling everything out of your bag while the line behind you grows. You are not boarding that ship calm. You are boarding frantic if you board at all. I am Carol Brennan, and after 26 years working guest services on cruise ships, I can tell you that what you wear and carry to the airport decides the kind of embarkation day you get. These are 10 mistakes that cost passengers time, money, or dignity before the ship ever leaves port. Number 10, the metal jewelry trap. You love your layered necklaces, your stacked bracelets, that wide belt with the brass buckle. I understand that every piece of metal on your body is a separate conversation with the scanner. First alarm, you step back through. Second alarm, they wand you. Third alarm, you are in the chair with your arms out while someone pats you down and the clock keeps moving. I stood behind the guest services desk on embarkation day for decades. The guests who arrived angry, the ones who missed the sail-away party, the ones whose whole first evening was soured before it started. When I asked what happened, the answer was almost always the same. Security took forever. It was not security, it was 12 bangles and a chain belt. Wear one small pair of earrings, a plain watch, a fabric belt, or no belt at all. Put the statement pieces in your carry-on, wrapped in a soft cloth, and put them on that evening when you are standing on the balcony with a glass in your hand and nowhere to be but exactly where you are. Number 9, the shoe disaster. Lace-up boots, strappy sandals with 4 buckles, those tall riding boots that take 2 hands and a seated position to remove. Every one of these cost you 2 minutes at TSA, and 2 minutes does not sound like much until you remember that everyone in line behind you is also removing their shoes, and you are now the bottleneck. But the airport is only half the problem. The cruise terminal itself involves ramps, metal gangways, and stairs between decks before you ever reach your cabin. I watched passengers in heeled boots grip the rail with white knuckles going down a wet ramp in Fort Lauderdale more times than I can count. The veteran cruiser uniform is a slip-on shoe with a rubber sole, something you can kick off into the bin at security and slide back on without bending down. Something with grip for a metal ramp that might be damp from morning rain. Now, the smart packing rule is 3 to 4 pairs for the whole voyage. Walking shoes, dressy shoes, sandals, and water shoes if you plan on rocky beaches. But one of those pairs has a job before the others. It has to get you from your front door to your cabin without slowing you down or turning an ankle. Pick that pair first and build the rest of the bag around it. Number 8, the prohibited item you are wearing. Well, not wearing exactly, but carrying on your body's behalf. Every cruise ship on every line confiscates irons and garment steamers at security screening. Every single one. It does not matter that it is a travel-sized steamer. It does not matter that it cost you $60. It is gone, and you are not getting it back. I know why people pack them. You folded your nice dinner outfit into a suitcase, and you know what it will look like when you pull it out. Wrinkled, creased across the chest, unwearable without pressing. So you think, I will just steam it in the cabin. You will not, because they will take it from you before you ever reach the cabin. These devices create serious fire hazards in small cabin spaces with limited ventilation, and the ship cannot make exceptions. Here is what I know from standing on the other side of that desk for 26 years. Every cabin on every major cruise line has access to pressing service through your cabin steward. You hang the garment, you ask, it comes back pressed. This is not a secret benefit for sweet guests. This is standard service available to every passenger aboard. So leave the steamer at home. Save the bag space, save the security hassle, save the $60. Now, the packing trick I mentioned, the one that prevents most wrinkles from forming inside a closed suitcase using something you already own. It is a bath towel. You lay one outfit flat, Place a bath towel over it, then lay the next outfit on top of the towel. Each layer of towel acts as a cushion that stops hard creases from pressing into the fabric beneath it. You alternate outfit, towel, until the suitcase is full. The towels absorb the pressure that would otherwise leave fold lines across a chest or down a pant leg. When you unpack, the garments come out with soft rolls instead of sharp creases, and most of those soft rolls fall out within an hour of hanging in the cabin closet. You own bath towels already. They weigh nothing extra because they were going in the bag anyway if you did not know about the towel stations on the pool deck, which we will get to. And if you do know about those stations, you just freed up space and eliminated wrinkles in the same decision. But first, the mistake that ruins a child's afternoon and blindsides every parent who did not read the fine print. Number 7, the swimsuit you cannot use. Picture the slide deck on day 2. A family of 4 has climbed 6 flights of stairs in the heat. The attendant at the top looks at the boys' swim trunks, points at the metal zipper on the cargo pocket, and says no, prohibited. The grommets on the drawstring, the zipper on the pocket, any piece of hardware that could catch on a seam in the slide or scratch the surface. Ties, zippers, grommets. All banned for safety reasons, and the rule applies to every passenger, not just children. This catches more adults than you would expect. Fashion swimsuits for women come with decorative rings, metal clasps at the hip, zipper details down the back. Men's board shorts come with brass grommets and metal-tipped drawstrings. All of it gets you turned away at the top of those stairs with no backup in your bag and a disappointed child asking why. The only guaranteed slide legal option is a simple one-piece or a pair of basic trunks with an elastic waist and no hardware anywhere. Nothing that clinks when you pinch it. Buy the plain suit before you leave home. It costs $12 and it saves an afternoon. And while we are talking about swimwear, know this, that mesh cover-up you throw over your suit at the pool is fine poolside. But walk into any interior restaurant wearing it, even for a quick lunch, and the host will stop you at the door. Which brings us to the dining mistake people make before they ever unpack a single bag. Number 6, the dress code violation in your carry-on. Or rather, the dress code violation that is not in your carry-on. Because you packed yoga pants, athletic shorts, a few t-shirts, and flip-flops, and you assumed a cruise ship is a floating resort where anything goes. It is not. Not in the specialty restaurants. Not in the main dining room on formal night, and not even in the regular dining room after 6 in the evening on most lines. Men need a collared shirt and pants, not shorts, not a tank top, a collared shirt and long pants or dark jeans. Women need something equivalent. No gym clothes, no swimsuit cover-ups, no athleisure that belongs on a treadmill. The dress code information is published on every cruise line's website, in the booking confirmation, and in the app you download before sailing. It is there in plain language with specific examples of what is and is not permitted in each venue. The problem is not that the information is hidden. The problem is that it lives in a section most people skip because they assume a vacation on the water means casual rules. The system delivers the information. It just delivers it in a format that competes with 100 other pre-cruise details, and the dining section loses that competition almost every time. One outfit solves every dining room on the ship. Dark pants or a dark skirt, a collared shirt or a simple blouse, shoes that are not sneakers. That combination clears the main dining room, every specialty restaurant, and even formal night if you add a blazer or a scarf. It rolls into a carry-on without bulk. It weighs almost nothing. Pack it where you can reach it on day 1. And the next mistake happens before you even leave the jetway. Number 5, the robe and pajama mistake. Your cabin has a bathrobe hanging in the closet. It is white and soft, and the ship put it there for you. And on embarkation morning, after a 5-hour flight and a shuttle ride and the whole check-in process, you wake up the next day and that robe feels like the most natural thing in the world to walk to breakfast in. Staff will stop you at the entrance. Pajamas and bathrobes are not permitted in any dining room or restaurant aboard the ship. Not the buffet, not the main dining room, not even the casual cafe with the paper napkins. They will turn you around and send you back to your cabin to change. This is not a power trip. It is a health code standard and a formal dining policy that every line enforces the same way. The dining room is not your hotel hallway. 3,000 people are eating in that space, and the ship treats it accordingly. I watched this happen most often on embarkation morning, when guests were still in vacation brain and had not yet learned the rhythm of the ship. A woman in a silk robe, coffee in hand, genuinely surprised when the host shook his head at the door. The fix takes 30 seconds. Pull on the pants and shirt you flew in yesterday. They are draped over the chair where you left them. That is all it takes to clear every breakfast door on the ship. Now, speaking of that outfit you flew in, what happens when it is the only outfit you have access to for the first 6 hours aboard? Your checked bags do not follow you onto the ship. They go into a container, onto a cart, through a scanning system, and then a crew member delivers them to your cabin door. That process takes several hours. On most embarkation days, bags arrive somewhere between 5 and 7 in the evening. Now think about what that means. You board at 3. The ship sails at 4. Dinner reservations open at 7. And everything you own is sitting in a hallway somewhere between deck 2 and deck 8, making its way to you on someone else's schedule. I watched this play out hundreds of times from behind the desk. Guests wandering the ship in wrinkled airport clothes, arms crossed, asking when their luggage would arrive. They wanted to shower and change before dinner. They wanted to feel like their vacation had started. Instead, they felt like they were still in transit, 6 hours after boarding. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. One complete outfit in your carry-on bag. Underwear, socks, a full set of clothes, and the shoes to go with them, not stuffed in a plastic bag at the bottom, folded on top where you can reach them the moment your cabin door opens. That carry-on outfit is your embarkation day uniform. It lets you shower, change, and walk into dinner like someone whose vacation started on time. And while you are deciding what goes into that carry-on, leave out the one bulky item that almost everyone packs and the ship already provides for free. 2 full-size beach towels take up the same suitcase space as 3 days of clothing. Rolled tight, pressed flat, it does not matter. They are bulky, they are heavy, and they are completely unnecessary. Every cruise ship provides pool and beach towels at designated towel stations on the pool deck. Clean ones, fresh ones, as many as you need, swapped out the moment they are damp. The ship launders them overnight and puts them back in the stack by morning. You are not bringing your own sheets to a hotel. This is the same principle. The system now works on a towel card. You take your card to the station, they hand you a towel, you return it when you are done. Lost towels get charged to your account. Return towels cost you nothing. This was not always the case. Older guidebooks from the 90s listed beach towels on the packing checklist because ships used to charge for them or limit how many you could take. The system changed because cruise lines realized that providing unlimited complimentary towels reduced complaints, eliminated hoarding, and freed up luggage space that passengers then filled with purchases from port shops. The towel card system tracks inventory without restricting access. It is a logistics solution that solved a guest satisfaction problem and a revenue problem at the same time. Leave them home. Use that suitcase space for a third dinner outfit or the souvenirs you have not bought yet. Now, the next mistake is not something you wear. It is something sitting in your pocket with its data connection wide open. Your phone does not know it is at sea. It only knows it has lost your home network and is searching for the next available signal. In international waters, that signal belongs to a satellite carrier that charges by the megabyte at rates your domestic plan never agreed to. This catches people who sail between countries their plan technically covers. You have coverage in Mexico, you have coverage in the Bahamas. But the water between them is not Mexico and it is not the Bahamas. It is international nothing, and your phone will connect to whatever floating cell tower it can find without asking your permission. The bill arrives 3 weeks after you get home. $200, $300, sometimes more. For data you never consciously used, background app refreshes, photo uploads, emails syncing, all of it ticking away in your pocket while you stood on the top deck watching the sunset. Turn off mobile data before you walk up the gangway, not airplane mode because you may still want the ship's Wi-Fi, just data roaming switched off. Turn it back on manually when you step onto the dock in port if your plan covers that country. The phone stays in your pocket either way, but the bill does not have to follow you home. Number 2, the overpacked shoe mistake. 6 pairs of shoes in a suitcase. I have seen guests unpack them onto the cabin floor like a small shoe store and then spend the rest of the week stepping over the 3 pairs they never once put on. The rule is 3 to 4 pairs for the entire voyage, comfortable walking shoes for port days, a dressy pair for dining rooms, sandals for the pool deck, water shoes if you are doing rocky beaches or snorkeling excursions. That is the full list. And here is what people forget. The shoes on your feet when you walk through the airport count as one of those pairs. They are already with you. They do not need suitcase space. They are doing double duty the moment you step off the plane. Every extra pair you add costs you the space of 2 folded outfits. That is not a guess. That is what a pair of shoes displaces inside a standard checked bag. My formula is simple. 1 pair on your feet, 2 in the bag, done. Now, everything we have talked about today comes down to one principle. Everything you wear on travel day either adds minutes or steals them. Tell me in the comments, what mistake did you make on your first cruise that you will never make again? Next week, I am walking you through what to do in the first hour inside your cabin. It is the natural next step after today. Slip-on shoes, 1 carry-on outfit, plain swimsuits, data roaming off, collared shirt packed on top. Small decisions that add up to hours back. The people who travel well never rush. They just decide things earlier.